Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Dishonored 2, Blind. I have just entered this apartment here, which I think has one of the rooms inside. Oh, it has a black bone charm as well. But it also has quite a lot of documents, so let's get through them. The Child Empress. There was a definite moment when people stopped calling Emily Kaldwin the Child Empress. It came after an ambush by the Regenters, an extremist group who wanted to return Dunwall to the authoritarianism of the Lord Regent's time. So actually they are revolutionaries, that group whose journal of I found a protocol of one of their meetings in the previous episode. On the way back to Dunwall Tower, Kaldwin's carriage was blocked between two gates, with her attackers firing pistols and even throwing a grenade. With the Royal Protector too far away to be of service, the young Empress, only 14, found herself all alone in the carriage, save for her friend Alexei Mayhew. Kaldwin's supporters are lucky that Mayhew was there, as she was brave enough to grab a grenade that landed at their feet, throwing it back at the assailants and saving the Empress. When one of the men dropped down from the forward gate, it was Emily Kaldwin who yanked free a short railway brace and beat the men senseless with it. With the city watch closing in, the two girls held their grounds against the debris of the carriage until the situation was secure. It was said that Emily Kaldwin refused to have the Regenters executed for their crimes, and this is hailed as her first adult decision as Empress. Cited for her heroic actions, Alexei Mayhew was commissioned by the City Watch when she turned 18 and later made captain by Emily Kaldwin herself. Now, this story seems a little bit bullshit because, first of all, what was Corvo doing? His literal job is protecting the Empress, so when she was away from her quarters, why wasn't he with her? And second, when someone attempts regicide, you can argue if the death penalty should exist at all, but if it does, exist, once someone attempts regicide on you, I don't think it's such a great idea to pardon them. Like, it's not, it's one thing to criticize the Empress, which shouldn't even be a crime. I can understand leniency towards that, but once someone tries to murder you, I definitely think there should be consequences, and clearly this group is still operational. They haven't dismantled them. The Sudden Winds by Caleb Manley, Natural Philosophers. Cherished students and learned colleagues, have you not heard the tales of Serkonos and the beauty of its people? I pose questions today that I hope to answer in great detail. Let's start with the ones commonly asked by travelers for many decades. Does the warmer climate affect the spiritual outlook of a people? Are those born in Tivia, Morley and Bristol possessed of a more taciturn nature than those geographic and meteorological conditions through the geographic and meteorological conditions of their birth? Are these subjects influenced by the obscure currents of warmer water and air that are channeled across the dreadful ocean from the Pandician continent itself? We know so little about that far land. In my travels, I have been impressed with the commonality shared across all cultures, but also in the differences. It's my goal to illuminate those areas and inquire, and I will share at least one spicy Serkonan recipe with you before the day is done. A reflection of my journey to the Pandician continent by Anton Sokolov. We were only miles from the shore, but our approach was marred by numerous hidden reefs and jagged rocks. They lay shallow, and we spied two vessels that have succumbed to them some time ago. The remaining crew was uncharacteristically silent as we edged by the wretched rocks. The first mate declared a particularly narrow channel to be unpassable, but the captain dispatched the crewmen onto the submerged coral with sledgehammers. Thereafter, each chest deep in water, they pulled the Antonia Aquilo into the tiny channel with ropes. It proved a marvelous solution. However, just as we were about to lower the rope ladders, tragedy struck, as the men were beset by a school of reef-dwelling eels. Apparently their toxic bites were quite painful. From the railing, we could see them swarming the men, who begged us for aid before succumbing to the paralytic effects of the toxin. Within a moment, all were still in the water. We continued on in silence, and by sunset we had cleared the bars and put the anchor in the bay, with a red rock beach and emerald overgrowth beyond. I confess that I was near giddy to put my feet on land again. The smell of ripening fruit and warm earth was as pleasing to me as a cherished vintage. We gathered wood and made fires, and indulged in some tinned meat and lemons from our stores. How good it was to slumber on the beach with the crackle of embers nearby. Having finally escaped the cramped and damp quarters of our vessel, we took turns with the watch and passed a quiet night. At last we stood on Pandician soil. It's an interesting monkey. Okay, black bone charm, you say. What does it do? Enemy pistols have a better chance of misfiring. Sure, I can take it for now. The Lepidopterist? What? I have no idea what that means. No idea whatsoever. Okay, so this is the door from before, and apparently there's a rune quite close nearby, so I'm very much interested in
Careful with
that.
that sword. The Grand Guard won't like it.
2 coins for that cat lab? Well, no more, thank you. Place is a dump anyway.
What's going on? Someone there? What's happening now? I don't want to standing in my way. Looking for a fight? You finally know you're...
Well, that didn't take long.
My own voice. It's like I'm talking to a stone wall for all they listen.
My luck, it'll be that sadistic crown killer.
I'm back here. This
Your face is covered.
What's going on here? I don't want to die.
Hey! Time to collect this bounty. End of the road for you. Can't go anywhere far.
Unconscious. Okay. This is totally not the preferred way to do it, but there is a shop supposedly somewhere nearby, and sleeping darts are really cheap. So.
Hey!
What happened here?
You up for a beer later?
What? That's your last mistake.
Guards! Someone! Someone protect me!
We're playing dice.
Still!
Help me!
No use running!
Anyone! What?
Kneel down to your betters.
I don't want to die.
You won't get away! Yeah!
Okay.
No, please.
I thought that...
But that's just the apartment I've just been in. That doesn't help me as much as I would like it to. I'm certainly missing something. Clockwork Soldier Basics. To all personnel, after last week's disaster, the Grand Inventor Kirin Jindosh circulated the following information related to his Clockwork Soldiers, or all guard personnel should read this report. The Clockwork Soldier is protected by an armored wooden plate. If some miscreant destroys these, there is nothing protecting the vulnerable mechanisms underneath. If something knocks off the Clockwork's head, the thing will attack anyone it can, ally or not. That means you. Given the expensive optics Mr. Jindosh has provided each clockwork with, they can see in front and in the back. Remember that if another one of them goes haywire, if some fool is able to get close enough, there is a small panel on each clockwork that can be rewired, which will invert their perception of friend and foe. Again, that means you get attacked. Keep those things in mind, and the clockworks will be an asset and not a liability. Okay, this is the station. I think most of the guards are down at this point. In totally not an elegant way, but you know, at least it's successful. The Roseboro collection cancelled. Join us at the Royal Conservatory as curator Brenna Ashworth pays host to the largest collection of Roseboro inventions, documents, and sketches known throughout the Isles. Witness firsthand the genius of Esmond Roseboro. Okay, I think this is the access to the sewer. Maybe not. Okay, there's a trap.
Hey, appreciate it. I'll let you in on a secret. I saw people coming and going recently, looking for whale oil, up to something. I worked in the silver mines here. until the dust got to my lungs. So many people legging it from the city. The Grand Guard and the Howlers won't have anybody to tax or rob. Everybody's got the willies now. Feels like the city might collapse. You watch yourself. The Grand Guard aren't too friendly to strangers.
I don't think the Grand Guard are around. So maybe the passage is actually through here.
Impressive how you managed to get there. Be careful. Those people in the oil tanks might still be around.
Because there is a basement or the entrance to the sewers.
You said whale oil. I got it for you. Not easy to pinch either.
No, you screwed up. It won't work without another tank, not enough blast. You gotta trust me on this.
All right. I don't know shit about explosives. Never said I did. I'll go out again later and find some more.
Good. You can't rush jobs like this. It takes a smooth hand.
Can't piss around here forever either. Eventually some wanker will see us and the howlers will catch wind. But I hear you. One more tank.
used to it. I bet this one's carrying coin! You won't get away! Maybe you didn't hear. Howlers are the law now. Come on! Think you look tough? Hiding your face? I'll
Okay. A letter from Betty. Sarah, things are rotten here in Dunwall. Nothing is the same since the coup. It ain't safe for no one and there's no job neither. You get yourself back here and take your kids. It ain't right you should leave. It ain't right you should have left them with me for so long. Anyway, you didn't mention how sickly they was and poor behaved. Now you're my sister and that counts for something. But when the new month comes, I'm leaving. There's no more I can do. I ain't their mother and then they won't listen. I can't afford to feed them no more. There's nothing left for beers or rent by the time they're done eating. And not a penny from you. Off to find your fortune in Karnaka, some fortune. Well, that's the end of it. Ah, okay. I can blow up the whale oil, and it's probably going to blow up the wall as well. Not quite. Which is interesting. Because that's exactly what I expected would happen. Yeah, there has to be access from there. How else can it be done? There are people on the other side as well. So, yeah, this is all pretty mysterious.
Thanks again.
Supposedly it's like somewhere over here-ish. Isn't this a shop? This looks like a shop counter. So maybe this is the black market. Bosses beware. When we are screwed, we multiply. Keep out. Let me look for the hand icon. For the shop. Oh wait, there's just an entrance here. This is the shop. Okay, great. So I can just buy the rune. Oh, do I have a key for that? No. But I guess...
Told they robbed one of our shops. I'd like to see them try it here.
Yeah, I probably will, but I will buy the rune legitimately. At first.
I don't know you. I'm new to Karnaca. I need a tool that can rewire a wall of light, the kind the Grand Guard uses. And I'd prefer not to explain myself.
I can help you out, but not right now. Don't even linger here. I'm supposed to get a visit from Paolo, someone you don't want to meet. Come back later.
Understood.
You should go. We can do business another time. Like I said, Paolo is coming by. It's too late to run. I'm begging you, hide until Paolo's gone. He'll hurt you.
Log it down. This won't take long. Make sure we have some privacy. I need 8 new cutters, short blades, the good stuff. More yeasty.
I know what you mean.
Because last time you gave me some backwater foundry garbage, wouldn't hold an edge, and snapped against Grand Guard armor.
I got taken on that deal too. But I'll make it up to you, Paolo. Lop off maybe 10%?
30, because I like you. By next week.
That's fair. I made a bad faith trade and I regret it. You'll have the cutters, I promise.
Good, good. These are strange times. Overseers in the Dust District, a witch empress, and these clockwork soldiers protecting the aristocracy. All bad for business. But if I get my way, Karnaca will be a different city a year from now.
I will knock them out just because I'm curious what's going to happen, even though...
I think he's here.
He's gone. What happened?
Okay, so I guess he knows magic himself. Because he like threw the one of the bodies and then disappeared?
Another of these shops was robbed. I'd hire guards if I could afford it.
4 new upgrades available. Well, first, let me buy more of sleeping darts.
Things were so much better. A pleasure to do business.
And I'll buy a room. Oh, there's a key. A key to unlock the ticket booth. Somebody took the ticket booth key of a drunk guard to protect the carriage station. With this key, unlock the ticket booth and gain access to the money inside, if you can avoid the Grand Guard. Okay, I'll buy this just for fun. I have so much money.
I used to own a cafe down at the docks, but the smell of fish blood was stronger than the smell of... You won't be sorry.
Okay, what kind of upgrades can I get?
This is what I have for upgrading your equipment.
Enables black market to sell bolts that sting, causes enemies to flee. That's not that useful. Instant sleep dart for sure. Bolts inflict greater damage, it's not particularly fascinating. I'll take this though. I'll take all of the crossbow upgrades, because maybe they are consecutive. I don't need those. Oh, okay, I shouldn't have done that. Because I assumed those were all of the upgrades, and those were just the upgrades for the crossbow. Okay, I'm taking that, more bone charm slots. And this. Crossbow bolt capacity, but I want sleeper bolt capacity. Okay, I'm not interested in those. Gives an advantage in locked sword contests, that doesn't really matter. Stun mine charge +1. Okay, this is pretty cool. Stun mine charge +2. Pretty cool. Upgraded grenades. Not really important to me right now. I'll get the refined optics, just for flavor.
I shouldn't deal with strangers.
Okay, so that was the rune in the shop. So at least that is concluded. I don't want to rewire.
Anybody? Don't make me search the whole place. I don't have time for that.
I'll search with you.
I don't want to rewire it necessarily, because I don't want it to kill them when they run through it.
I wonder who that was.
What? Hey, where do you think you're going?
Damn! Come back here!
Okay, that's a little embarrassing, but I lost even one-on-one. There's still this though. I am rather thoroughly confused by this. At first, let's clear the station.
What? Somebody's not feeling well.
Nothing to report. All is cool. I'll have a look around.
Okay. The silver spike on howlers. Your dear editor is stepping aside this week to give both sides an argument. To give you both sides of an argument raging across the city. Guest editor, the Howler Blight. The letter published last week by the Gazette was an outrage. How could Madame Anto suggest that the Dust District and even Karnaca would be better off if we legitimized Paolo and his howlers in any way? Instead, decent folk should hope to wake one morning and read that Paolo is finally dead or in jail. Why should we be wary of the Abbey? Only a witch needs to worry about the wrath of the overseers. The howlers are nothing but a bunch of cutthroats who never worked a day in their life. Everything they have they stole. If they want so-called protection, it comes at a price. On the contrary, the overseers have dedicated their lives to spreading the good values of the Seven Strictures. Believe me, the dust in Batista is not in our streets but in our hearts. Only the Abbey will make us clean again. Okay, what bone charm is that? Enemies miss more often. I think it's this. It's not particularly spectacular. Although, I have more slots now, right? I might as well equip something. For now. Pyrosonic casing. Note to employees. One of the booth keys has been stolen again. This time I'm not having it remade, so we will have to share the remaining key. Pippa, when your shift is over, just wait for Narcissia to arrive, then hand the key over to him. Then you wait for Daniel and so on. Nobody leave the key in some stupid hidey hole or whatever. If the last key is lost or stolen, we won't be able to open the booth, and you'll all be out of work. If you're worried, pull your coin and have another key made, or go buy an old one back from the black market, as I'm pretty sure that's where it is now. Yeah, that's some uncanny instinct, because that's exactly where it is. Or was, before I bought it. So where is the ticket machine? Okay, am I stupid or what? Like, where is the ticket machine? You'd think it would be somewhere prominent, because, you know, when you enter a station and want to buy a ticket, it shouldn't be hard to locate where to do it. Okay, I must be dumb. Like, this is the only explanation of why is it so difficult for me to find this. Oh wait, it's not a ticket machine. It's a whole ticket booth. But that's literally this, right? So this whole I am dumb, but in another way. This whole section was pointless. This was literally the thing. Although, you know, what I was thrown off by being informed about the key being missing from inside the place to which the key has been missing, even though it makes exact logical sense in universe.
Interesting getup you have there.
You up for a beer later? You
Someone
bet.
looks armed and dangerous.
Watch yourself. Your face is covered. The Grand Guard won't like that.
You need something?
Who's fooling around? Hey!
What happened here? Huh? What?
The sound of my own voice. It's like I'm talking
not
to a
funny.
stone wall for all they listen.
Maybe I should break this, and maybe there's a way to climb up from here. Although it doesn't look like it.
Huh? But there was... Where did... Am I going crazy?
Why cover your face? Are you worried someone might...
Okay, I was here at the very beginning, although I didn't pick up this, which is quite expensive actually.
Are you coming tonight?
Okay, maybe there is a passage through this window, which is in fact pretty convoluted. Yes. Okay. But I'm very glad I managed to get inside, finally. Is there going to be a shrine to the outsider? That kind of looks like there could be, from the general... Like, there are books on the void, and the whole thing is dilapidated. Treatise on the physical existence of that foreign realm. It's a common story. A person has stopped breathing, pinned under carriage wheels or some other tragic happenstance, and is thought to be dead, but when the weight is removed, they make a quick recovery. Nonetheless, for a moment or two, that person was lost to us, lost to the world itself. And what did they experience while in that temporary death? Darkness? Nothingness? No, indeed not. They tell us, as many have before, that they were in a very particular place and can describe it vividly, and who among us does not know that place? Have we not all seen it in our dreams? The place we share, in the farthest reaches of our minds, the realm where nothing makes sense, where one is at once both lost and at home, the void. That these little glimpses of the void in dreams are or described by those awoken from comas are not limited to a select few. In my interviews, I've gleaned that there is not a single citizen without such visions at one time or another. This then must be a real place, not folklore or mass delusion. Perhaps it exists deep below the earth or far above it. Perhaps it is right next to us but hidden. Some trick of the light, a wondrous curtain bars us from fully knowing it, and we all wait for a natural philosopher to unlock the phenomenon, to show us how to see it at will. But when so revealed, it will not be a fearsome place any longer, not the distant and special realm described to us in the myth of the outsider. It will be strange, yes, even unsettling, but nonetheless it will be a new realm for us to explore and eventually conquer. What new treasures await us there? Are there lands made of liquid... Are the lakes made of liquid diamond? The clouds weightless silver gas? And what things we would learn? Yes, it is a shrine to the outsider. Okay. Let's get the runes.
I'll tell you a story about Kirin Jindosh, a prodigy from Karnaka. Self-taught, he was hailed by the Academy of Natural Philosophy as a genius who would surpass Sokolov and bring about an age of enlightenment. But just 2 years after his arrival, he was banned from the Academy for life, for reasons that are still not public. When they deported him, he left behind a machine that drank seawater, playing music that brought listeners to tears. They promptly took it apart, and it has never worked since.
Okay, what kind of powers can I get? I have 4 runes. I don't want Slowfall. It's pretty useless to me. Those all seem rather trite. Slows time when sliding. Deflecting projectiles, blah blah blah. Yeah, this is not particularly exciting. Bone charm crafting is kind of interesting, but I don't know if I want to spend the runes on crafting bone charms. That seems strangely backwards. So to be honest, out of this I don't really want anything. So what about the active powers? Mesmerize. Summon a spirit from the void to enthrall humans. Actually, this is kind of cool, because I could, you know, link them all together and then enthrall one of them to make sure he doesn't see me, then knock him out and it knocks 4 of them out. Although... pulling objects could be useful. Mesmerize, Shadow Walk, Doppelganger. Shade of yourself that attracts enemies. Or maybe I will actually take the one that lets me see loot. This might be useful when I'm missing like a mission item, so I'll take this for now. I'm not sure if I want this. Although, yeah, I kind of regret it, to be honest, when I think about it now, but you know, it was pretty useful in the first game, so oh well, it is what it is. Have I saved afterwards? I did. Okay, so there's no coming back from this decision. Are those weepers? They kind of move erratically. Well, maybe they are the bloodflay version of weepers. You know, Nest Guardians, or was it? Seance notes. Lady Cottington brought silk scarves from her boutique, one of which Mr. Prospero used to gently strangle her. I maintained a count of her pulse and observed her breathing. When the life signs faded, we left her still for 2 minutes before reviving her. Was it really the void she described? Have we had success in seeing the unseeable? My hand trembles as I recall the intensity in her eyes as she struggled to recount with broken voice what she felt during those 2 minutes. I convinced our little group to be that less gentle methods were needed if our desire to meet the outsider was sincere. Bloodfly fever, voluntarily induced. That would be our way to the void. After procuring a few bloodflies and some other minor solution, we coated our hands with the elixir before exposing them to the vivarium. The stinging was unbearable. Lady Cottington fainted immediately. I was the last one to remove my hands. The fever was quick to set in. As I faded in and out of consciousness, ocean waves pounded above me. There were silhouettes in the distance and shimmering black rocks, a timeless passing in an unthinkable place, while delirium held us for a few hours. I must get back there as soon as possible when my wounds have healed. Okay, so they did that to themselves by being dumbasses. Wait, so did I just see them through the wall? Like, am I losing my mind? It's highly possible. Yeah, I guess I was just seeing them, but why do they move so weirdly? Like scratching themselves and all that. I'm not entirely sure, but I guess I'm done with this location. Wait, and you're telling me there was a door here the entire time that I could have just opened? Like, am I retarded or what? I was walking around for like 10 minutes and this door, I don't think it was even locked. So I'm just stupid, like there's no escape.
My eyes are burning.
There's no escape from recognizing that. Wow, they weren't kidding when they called it the Upper District.
I can see Jindosh's mansion from here. The gate's down. I'll need the code.
Okay. But I'll look for it next time, because this episode has been long enough. So I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!